analysis of mantra, music or sound therapy, and bringing tranquility state. Sound therapy, everything has a particular vibratory frequency. Every thought, every word, every emotion. Realizing this fact that sound is most powerful element, our ancient sages developed the science of music or sound therapy called biowaves or mantra. Mantra is collection of beach akshar, and collection of mantra is known as stotra. You must have heard of pineal tones. Pineal tones are something like, ajan का जो अक्षर होता है, something like saregama, and Dr. Pineal, he started this in Hawaii, and there were 800 musicians who were playing on guitar these syllables, and he said they were playing for 8 hours, and he said if this thing goes on continuously for 3 months, every day 8 hours, there would be shift in consciousness. You can visit site Pineal Tones, Pineal Tones. So there is like direct channeling from the Lord, and mantra is most powerful tool. In the beginning, in Bible it is said that there was word, and word was God. And later it is said in Genesis also that God said, let there be light, and there was light. So sound came before light. So this is like even they say that mantra is the navel of divine. Om is the symbol of infinity, and this is most powerful. It connects you immediately to God. Everything has a particular vibratory frequency, every thought, every word, every emotion. Realizing this fact that sound is most powerful element, our ancient sages developed the science of music or sound therapy. They called biowaves or mantra. Collection of mantra is called stotra. So how does this sound work at physical level? Sound works with the movement of tongue. Hard palate forms 84 meridian points. Producing mantra stimulates these meridian points, and which in turn stimulates our hypothalamus in brain. And hypothalamus gives instruction to secrete neurotransmission fluids, and sound vibrations also received by the ear. So how does this work? See, sound vibration travel to the ear. Here it goes to electrical signal, from there to acoustic nerve, then acoustic bar, frontal lobe, various parts of body. Lift the spirit up, bring back beautiful movement, make them deliriously happy, like happy hormones are secreted when you are doing exercise, you are walking, you are in gym. Sensation of energy flow, head from base. So what is tranquility, state of peace? Stress stimulates paraventricular nucleus of hypothalamus. That causes release of CRF, corticotrophin release factor. CRF affects the limbic system and stressful behavior or sympathetic activation occurs. When it reaches to the peak, then excess runs down through median eminence to pituitary gland to release ACTH. Now what is ACTH? ACTH will act on adrenal cortex and release of corticosteroids. When corticosteroids attain a sufficient level, then it stops secretion of CRF through feedback mechanism. Stress response is stopped. Tranquility. No response to internal or external stressful stimuli. It means no CRF. Why and how CRF is not released? Hypothalamus has an which causes release of GnRH. GnRH is, gonado secreting hormone. So this is in youngsters, they will play, they will do everything, still they are not tired because this gonado secreting hormone keeps them lively. So same, it affects with the limbic system and has antagonistic behavioral effects of CRF. This is extra endocrine effect of GnRH. So the youngsters never get tired. Same thing happens in this. In mantra chanting. Chanting of mantra and meditation prevents thought process in mind, activates AN. Moreover, GnRH and inhibit the release of CRF. CRF is the one which creates stress. So it stops the release of CRF and thereby no stress, tranquility, no response. So now we come to 40th shloka for wealth. Sothasrajam tava jinendra guder nipatyam bhaktya maya ruchiravarna vichitra pushpam datte janoya iha kantagata majastram Tammanatungam samupayati Lakshmi. The goddess of wealth of her own accord resent to that man of high self-respect in this world, who always places round his neck, O Jinendra, this garland of orisons, which has been strung by me with the strings of excellence out of devotion, which looks charming on account of multicolored flowers in shape of beautiful hearts. This means when your bhakti is full of devotion, you are making a garland by chanting mantras, and this garland is this beautiful flowers of our voice chanting stotra, and which we are offering to God. We are singing His attributes. We are narrating about His qualities. Today, Mrs. Charu Jain, who has 8 years of history of ovarian cancer, which has spread in stomach, omentum, side walls of intestine, and living happily with her colostomy bag removed within a period of 6 months from the surgery by Dr. Harit at Max Hospital. So these are the 2 cases where colostomy bag was removed by chanting of mantras. Dr. Geeta, the cancer specialist in gynecology, says allopathy is only 200 to 400 years old medicine. Ayurveda is 5,000-year-old science and speaks of health, wellness, positive health. The logo says Om Sarva Bhavati Bhavantu Sukhe Sarva Shantu Nirmaya, means be happy, be healthy and see the good. Be happy, be healthy and see the good. Whereas allopathy says disease is certain, health is accident. So allopathy focuses on disease. Whereas Ayurveda says be happy, be healthy and see the good. And allopathy says health is only an accident. So when you are focusing on negative thing, naturally that will come in your corner. Just now Dr. Sara spoke about positive thinking and creative visualization. So here is the case study of Siksha, who was from Calcutta, who is 28 years old. She had colostomy bag. She had developed nodules in her lungs, and she came to Shikharji Siddharth, and she was sitting out there in the temple listening to the mantras for 3 days continuously. Then she asked me whether she can come to Nagpur. Then she came with me to Nagpur. She was here for a week. And after 10 days, CT scan report shows that all her nodules from lung had been dissolved. So within 10 days, the CT scan report showed dissolutions of nodules. And after 6 months, her colostomy bag also got removed. So this is the power of chanting, and she gave a presentation on Bhaktamar in Dubai. So to know the inner meaning of 45th shloka, I started to Google and gather all the knowledge I could get of this shloka. It was then I found about Dr. Manju Jain, who had done PhD in Bhaktamar. Reading about her life and how she helped in recovering people worldwide from incurable disease gave me uncontrollable urge to meet her as soon as possible. How only chanting and belief in powers of mantra could heal someone with was astonishing to imagine. After meeting her and spending a good days with her, I was shocked to see the changes that had taken place in my life. Not just physically, but those shloka were healing me mentally. Later, after a few days of having cough and cold, I was asked to get CT scan done, in which doctors found nodules in my lungs. I had again undergone a few tests for tuberculosis. During the period of 10 days, I started putting more emphasis on 45th shloka in particular and entire Bhaktamar in general. After 10 days, my reports were out and no signs of tuberculosis was found. The nodules had resolved. Everybody was surprised to see my results and I was extremely happy. So this is how Bhaktamar has brought a positive change in my life. I am sure it will help each and every person who chants this shloka with utter faith and belief. Not only Bhaktamar, but any spiritual chant would be chanted with 100% belief and faith in the Almighty. So this is the mail sent by Siksha, who is 28 years old and now a coordinator for Bhaktamar. Now another lady, Sujata, who has now become a proper trainer of Bhaktamar and has developed infinity cards of Bhaktamar mantras, and she does dowsing and predicts the future of people who are having disease and how that cure can be taken place. She recently gave 3 hours program in Baramati, and when she had ovarian cancer and she was undergoing chemo, she started chanting this shloka. She came to meet me in Sahara Hotel in Bombay. Myself and Jigar gave her healing. And she was chanting this and her CA 125 came from 16 to 12 within a month. And then she forgot about her disease and she started going and chanting for patients. And later on, she saw that one lady whose CA was 90 came down to 60. Then again it came down to 19. So she was very happy. And she has worked on almost 10 cancer patients who has got released, and she worked on many Sadhvi, Preeti Sudhaji, Madhu Sudhaji, and she is getting amazing results. So Sujata ji from Pune, this is what about her, and she is working. You can meet her. Then a male patient from Nagpur who had cancer in large intestine was operated under my guidance, chanting mantras throughout the surgery. Surgery done by Dr. Ajay Mehta. He's surviving from last 6 years happily, doing Abhishek of Yantra, the mystic energy symbol of 45th shloka of mantra daily for last 6 years, and circulating the healing water, holy water, to all patients, normal as well as those who are having sickness. So to normal people as preventive medicine so that they keep healthy, wealthy and wise. Success story of Mr. J.P. Jain you can see on YouTube, and he is very happy. So testimonial for number 48 shloka. There was a lady who was in financial trouble. She had taken 5 lakhs rupees loan and she called me up. Okay, I have to pay, otherwise bankers will take my house, and at that time my FD was going to be matured, so I said if you can wait for a day or two then I can give you. But she said no, I want it right now, I cannot wait for so many days. Then I just gave her this mantra and she was chanting, and what miracle happened I don't know, but she said she found someone and her loan got released, and her showroom, from one showroom she had 2 showrooms of Siaram. She said we haven't stopped chanting, we still chant it, and her husband is also chanting with her. So this is the power of chanting Bhaktamar Stotra. Now this is the paper which I presented in US World Congress on Psycho-Oncology. Effect of mantra chanting. The case studies were 40, 20 were with chanting and 20 were without chanting. And we had used quality of life questionnaire, in which we saw that quality of life questionnaire shows plus 10 result on an average, although it had actually come 13.57. And Dr. Begani from Bombay Hospital, founder of Jain Foundation, Doctors Foundation, he said if it has come plus 10, it is like 100% result. And on visual analogous scale of pain, we saw that the pain has released from 7 to 2. That means there was decrease in pain by 5 points. And emotional stability you cannot measure, but we could see people, they accepted the disease. From the denial stage, they came to acceptance stage, fourth stage. And like they were like accepted, and they started spiritually believing, that this body is only getting old. We have to just change the body, and we have to come out of the body and take new body. So they were ready to accept this. And by chanting mantras, their karma would get neutralized, and then they can change the body easily. And fourth point is spiritual upliftment. That is detachment from body and giving up all their wealth, material positions to the children, handing over the responsibility and ready to leave the body. So this was the spiritual upliftment. So this was the case we had taken in palliative care, where they say we cannot cure you, but we can certainly take care of you. So thereby we increase the quality of life of these children. So research paper on mantra. So research paper on mantra chanting and effective preventive medicine touching 6 elements spirituality as per US Public Health has been accepted for publication in International Journal of Engineering Trends and Technology. So how common faith-based healing is depends on type of patient. Like 75% patients, ladies who had undergone breast cancer surgery, they said that by chanting the shloka, their fear of recurrence had been removed. They were feeling more positive, and they did not have fear at all. And 25% said there was low healing and positivity. Hearing about another person's cancer recovery through mantra chanting helps cancer survivors being strong and healthy. So what is the root cause of disease? Root cause of disease is fear of disease. How much effort you spend in eradicating the fear of disease? Low effort, low stress, your effort to cope up appears with work. French mother always says that root cause of disease is fear of disease. And if you have fear of disease, the disease will never leave you. So you have to throw away the disease, throw away from your body. मदर कहते हैं जैसे कि हम मेहमान नवाजी करते हैं, वो उतना ज़्यादा रहता है. सेम वे इफ़ यू कीप ऑन नर्चरिंग द डिजीज़, इट विल नेवर लीव यू. सो थ्रो अवे. डोंट गिव इट मेडिसिन्स एंड फीड द डिजीज़. जस्ट थ्रो इट अवे फ्रॉम योर थॉट, फ्रॉम योर बॉडी. सो दिस इज़ द वे यू हैव टू कम आउट. So then Anita Agarkar worked on mentally challenged children by chanting 6 shloka, and she has done PhD under me on 6 shloka to improve IQ and memory skills. So why does recurrence happen? Recurrence, the root cause is fear of disease, and fear of disease causes recurrence. So to stop the recurrence, we have to take patient in positive mode by chanting the disease, by meditation, by positive thinking. So tools which we can use are self-healing techniques, then positive thinking, creative visualization, meditation, Acharya Mahaprabhu's meditation, and other drugless therapy, Reiki, pranic healing. So these things will help mantras to give better result. Buddhist chanting groups are there, and supporting network of Bhaktamar. We have WhatsApp group of Bhaktamar all over India, city-wise, even in US, London. And lady in London conducted a workshop for 3 hours in her London home, and she said 70 people came and they were chanting from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the evening. And she said everybody was saying how long you are keeping, and nobody was ready to go. They were all sitting there and chanting with her. So this is the power of Bhaktamar. So conclusion. So like what Dr. Ringe said, that these sound waves, they penetrate your ears and they go to your mind, and then they touch the pineal gland, the third eye. And then the pineal gland gives instruction, it secretes melatonin, and melatonin is known as anti-carcinogenic. It reduces the size of tumor. It gives your immunity system a boost. It gives a very good sleep. It gives well-being instruction to the body. So same way, when we are chanting, melatonin is released and it can reduce your size of tumor and thereby help in your healing. So Malikai Arjun worked on circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm says that in the morning, if you do chanting, it is more effective. So they tested on rats. They used to inject melatonin, same dose in rats in the morning, in the afternoon, and then in the evening, and then take blood samples of rats. And when they saw in the morning, the same amount dose of melatonin would give more WBC count, which are soldiers which protect your body. In the afternoon, the WBC count was less, although the dose of melatonin was same. And in the night, again in the evening, it was better than afternoon, but it was lesser than morning. So they say that why do you do puja in the morning and why do you do aarti in the evening? So this kind of like circadian rhythm does affect your body. So it is better to do chanting in the morning and in the evening. You can even listen to the audios which will help you. They are available. You can visit drmanjujain25.com and you can go to audios, animation of Bhaktamar, and you can free download. They automatically start. You can put them whole night and listen. You can put in your children's room where they can just listen to 6 shloka and they will rest. So introspection, why you are interested in attending this mantra chanting session. To spread the power of Bhaktamar, 45th shloka, a cure for incurable disease, as stated in ancient scriptures, Jain, by Acharya Tungacharya, approximately 3000 years ago. It helps in reducing fear of disease, it helps in reducing psychological stress, to counsel clinicians, to show health benefits attained, mantra chanting program, improving quality of life, reducing anxiety, health, depression of patient. So community reach, plan to develop countries training program in psycho-oncology, like we had spoken in Washington, we spoke in Portugal, Lisbon World Congress, and in Ireland, Psycho-Oncology World Congress, where they take art and music also as therapy. So management effectiveness, we work in palliative care centers, we train the patients, we train the doctors, nurses, clinical care self-clinicians. So this is the power of drugless therapy, which is one of the Millennium Goals of United Nations. So please join our hands with us and spread this drugless therapy, which is cost-free, and side benefits are only spiritual upliftment. So thank you. This is Dr. Manju Jain. Thank you so much.